Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 12. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we don't have any comments from last week's video, so we're going to jump right on in. Mia, Gordon, Jacqueline, what is going on with your relationship? These are the things that Giselle wants to know. Me, I do not care either way. If y'all got like this threesome going on with y'all, or Gordon and Jacqueline get together sometime as Mia watches, if Jacqueline and Mia get together sometime and Gordon watches, I really don't care what's going on in their relationship at all. But apparently this is like eating up at Giselle because she wants to know everybody's business so you can stay out of hers. But what we did find out that they did help Jacqueline. She was, spending money elsewhere, trying to get out of a bad relationship, and they helped her get a down payment on her car. And I was like, okay, I understand that. This is your friend of how many years. She's spending money probably on lawyers, trying to get a new house, get her kids in a new school because she's trying to leave this relationship, and she don't have the money to put this down payment on this car she wants. Y'all have it. Y'all love her. Y'all love her kids. Okay, we're going to give it to y'all. But it's the fact that she made it seem like I got my own coins. I was like, yeah, you may have had the credit and all that stuff, and you have the monthly payments. It's just the down payments you didn't have, and I'm not faulting for that. I'm just saying this. It's the verbiage that Mia uses. It seems like she's always looking down on Jacqueline or making it seem like their relationship is something that it's not. Y'all gonna see me drink this coffee because I need something. I don't know what happened. I was in Georgia around like, I'm gonna say Thursday, Friday. I started getting this like some soreness in my throat. Maybe it was all the screaming I was doing because I was watching some scary movies. I know y'all not here for that, but if y'all see me drinking a lot of coffee, because I need a warm liquid to help with this, and this is the only thing that I got. So let's get back to it. Yeah, she's always using this verbiage to either insinuating that Jacqueline, Mia, and Gordon are more than what they are, or she's using verbiage to like be looking down on Jacqueline. It's like she does multiple ones in the episode. Like when Jacqueline showed up, she's like, "Oh, who you looking cute for?" She's like, "Yeah, I just came from work, and sometimes I gotta look cute." And sometimes she'd be like, "Is that my outfit?" It's like, "Girl, no, this is my outfit." It's like she's looking down on her, but then want to be like, this is kind of sort of our girlfriend. If something happens to me, I want her to marry Gordon, but she like a sister wife, but without the benefits. It's like, Mia lies so much that you never know when she is telling the truth. And that's seeming like why Jacqueline don't know what to say when she's around the other ladies. She don't know what words her Mia's going to use so she can like go along with it. So it's always, you got to ask Mia. Or am I the only one that's feeling that type of way? So Ashley and her girlfriends, they meet up and they have Giselle there. And I'm just going to say, Giselle looked all the way out of place with all these young girls. It was like, your auntie trying to hang out with y'all or something like that. But let Deborah tell it that Chris was flirting hard at her at Karen's like spring fling event. Like extra hard, like uncomfortably hard. The only truth that she told in this whole scenario of what Chris trying to get with her is that Chris was on his phone and he was leaning on the bar. That is the only truth. And I shout out to the editors and the producers and the cameraman and the sound man that showed Chris not even looking at Deborah at this current time. The only time he even acknowledged that she was there is when she introduced herself. So you mean to tell me this man who was flirting with you without saying anything, and when he did say something is when you introduced yourself and you complimented his shirt? Maybe the definition of flirting has changed. I'll be 38 next year, so maybe flirting has a new terminology now. But then she wants to add Eddie into the mix. Let her tell it. Eddie came over there just smiling like a Cheshire cat and was flirting with her too. Now, I guess smiling means that somebody's flirting with you. So now, I guess, according to Deborah Deborah's logic, when you smile at somebody, that means you're flirting with them. So now we got to go around with a mean mug on our face so people won't get the, bad impression that we're trying to flirt with them. I guess that's going on. I'm over here looking at my notes because my notes is on my computer and I'm recording on my phone, if you were new here. And when she was saying that Eddie was flirting with her and laughing and all these things, the footage showed Chris and Eddie, and I believe Ray may have been standing close by as they were laughing at something, what I don't know, but I don't believe it was in any way to flirt with Deborah Deborah. Now, a part of me would not be surprised in the slightest if Ashley didn't bring all of her friends there and kind of usher them over there to where Chris was, and hoping that she can use that to her advantage, because she is so tired of Candace always talking about Michael cheating left, down, up, right, and sideways, and grabbing people's booties without their consent. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ashley was that dirty to do something like that. But what we did see was Chris was not flirting with Deborah Deborah. Where we at? And then as they were speaking and Giselle was taking this all in, and it almost seemed like she was mad that Chris was allegedly flirting with somebody else when he was, made her feel uncomfortable, like he wanted to get with her. So that's what it was giving off from Giselle. And maybe I'm just like overstretching, like overlooking things because this is Giselle, but it was kind of like Chris was flirting with me in her head, and we know that was not true. But Ashley really sat there and said that when she told Candace about Chris flirting with Deborah Deborah, she did that because she didn't want Candace to end up like her. They're trying to have a baby. Guys, remember that. They're trying to get pregnant. And I don't want her to end up like me. I'm only looking out for her. And I was like, that is a complete and utter lie. You wanted Candace to feel embarrassed. You wanted to be like, Nana Boo Boo, you've been talking about my husband who was actually cheating, and your husband been out here flirting with other people. Just like she tried to bring, he was up there trying to get us to the hotel. He works at that place. But I'm hoping this season Chris realizes a simple hello and go about your business with these ladies. Simple as that. Because they have turned Chris was out here grabbing other people's booty. This was Giselle's lie. Chris was seeing if Giselle was with it. Chris was doggone trying to flirt with Deborah Deborah. Now we bringing Eddie into the situation that him smiling at Deborah Deborah means that he was trying to flirt with her. And the camera crew, the editors, the sound people, the producers, catching all of this. You mean to tell me that these two men, married men, are at this event? And I'm almost 100% positive. I'm almost 100% sure that these two men had microphones on them. So they did all this with camera crews everywhere and a microphone on them. They was trying to flirt with Deborah Deborah. Is this what you're telling us? Child, y'all didn't think this one through. Y'all didn't really think that the editors and the camera crew and, producers, y'all didn't think that they was going to prove this man innocent each and every time y'all come to him with a lie, did y'all? Y'all didn't think this one through, baby. Not at all. The way Wendy and Eddie's son called Eddie out, I almost fell out because Eddie's on this, I bought you a donut. It's a blueberry donut. I didn't get one for myself because, I'm trying to lose weight and all that good stuff. And the son was like, Daddy, good and doggone well, you bought that for you. You forgot to get Mama a donut. And I was like, see, kids will tell on you each and every time. They will. My mama was saying how, like, her friend a long time ago lied about her kids' age so they can get on the bus for free. And they're like, Mommy, we're not 4, we're 7. I was like, see, this is when you need to just hush and just sit there and don't say anything. Like kids was always, and I fell out because he was like, really, dude, you just gonna tell on me like that? We supposed to be minutes bro code over here. But, like, they played it off. It was funny. I love me some Wendy and Eddie. So Wendy and Eddie, they sit down and she has to tell him she had a conversation with Ashley because Ashley felt, it was her responsibility as a friend to let her know that Eddie was out here flirting with Deborah. And that he didn't say anything. It was more of a smile that was the flirting. And Eddie was like, I can't smile no more. Like, that's Eddie's whole thing. Eddie always smiling about something. Like, so, future reference, if you're out here smiling at people, that's no longer acceptable in Ashley and Deborah's world, because smiling indicates that you're flirting with this person, that you want to get with this person. But I'm with Eddie. Like, I'm smiling at everybody. Like, when you walking down the street, you see somebody, you smile at them. That's like a, hey, how you doing type of situation. So, according to Ashley and Deborah, we no longer can do those type of things because we can give people the wrong impression that, you want to get with them. And Wendy, she is in no way threatened by Deborah that, Eddie's out here wanting to cheat with people because, one, she trusts her husband, and two, she's seeing what they're doing with Candace and knows that this is their MO. And I've been watching other reviews and people were like, well, this is just Candace's turn. Each season they go after with somebody. And I was like, yes, that is true. However, we're not alleging that my husband was assaulting people, because that's where we've gone with this. Giselle, I didn't feel comfortable because I didn't want nobody to say anything. I didn't know what Chris's intentions were. That goes from, like, you being uncomfortable. Okay, I don't want to be in a room with a married man and just us two and her together. Understandable, completely understandable. But when you twist that into he wants to get with me, he was complaining about his wife, I got plenty of married men trying to get with me, then you turn that into Deborah saying that Chris was cheating, was flirting with her. And then Giselle, adds some stank on it. Well, he grabbed on her booty. Like, these are assaults that we're throwing out here now. This isn't like we're saying, oh my goodness, your business went out of sale because of this. No, this is a man's reputation. And now his job can be like, oh, this is the type of dude that you were out here, harassing people in a certain way. We can't have that. That could, mess up the relationship he has with his children, because the children's mom like, oh, so you out here doing all these things? We can't have it in our lives. And they weren't thinking about these consequences at all. None whatsoever. But Wendy, she don't believe that Eddie was flirting with Deborah any more than we believe that Eddie was flirting with Deborah. The man was simply smiling at somebody that was in an event that he was at. Nothing more and nothing less. So Mia is mad that Karen went and told the ladies about her giving Jacqueline an exam when they were younger. Like, first of all, ma'am, Mia was not a doctor and is not a doctor. So why is she giving you an exam? You needed to go to your regular doctor or to your OBGYN. I don't know whether Mia was going to be able to tell you about what was going on in your lady parts, but why you felt the need to, oh yes, I was giving her exam. Why that information need to be told, I don't know. So, and then the whole Peter's ex, who was at her wedding, who was involved in some kind of foreplay with Gordon. And I'm like, you're mad at Karen for telling your business when you got on camera, had a microphone on, and told your business. Make it make sense. Can somebody explain to me what is the difference? You sat there, they put a mic pack on you. We had a cameraman over there. We had a sound man right there. We probably had a producer and a security guard back there while you was talking and told your business. But it's Karen who you mad at? You should be mad at yourself for volunteering this information. And I'm just like, so we gonna be mad at Karen because she told the tea that the tea you already put out there for everybody to know. So did you want to be you didn't want Karen to be the one to say it. You wanted the girls to see it while it was airing, and that would have made it better. I'm telling you, me pick and choose while she want to be mad at stuff. Like, if you going to be mad about them going or Karen telling your business, then don't tell your business. Don't be insinuating that you and Jacqueline and Gordon got more going on than what y'all got going on. And then be mad when people like question y'all relationship. It just don't make no sense. So Karen and Friends event, it was packed, and like some folks' event. But Mia calls herself calling Karen out when it's like a Q&A session. And Karen was basically like, whatever I said was true. It's not like I lied or I put 20 on 10 or, I was insinuating. You told me this, so therefore I told you. Mia's whole thing is, I don't want you telling the Green-Eyed Bandits. And Giselle was like, yep, because I'm going to tell your business. I'm like, that is certainly true, Giselle. You will tell somebody's business. You want people to be so mad and angry about what somebody else has said so that we don't be talking about what you got going on. And I really hope that when the reunion comes, that Giselle, Ashley, everybody being held to the fire about all the lies that they have been told. And I don't want this to be, well, this is how I felt and we move on. No, I want them to stick into digging into them. I really, really do. I don't want Giselle to just skate by like she always does. If we're going to be holding Candace accountable for the way she's acted in the past, then by all means, everybody else on the show, I want to be held accountable just like Candace's is. So all the ladies, they're still at Karen's, Karen and Friends event, and Robin is like, that's the girl over there that they said Chris was flirting with. And it was, I never know with Robin because it seems like she wants to do right. And I recently, like 2 weeks ago maybe, found out why Robin is so willing to follow behind Giselle. Now, this is going to say allegedly, before the show got started, when it was like casting, they didn't want Robin. And Giselle fought for Robin to be on the show. So it's seeming like Robin being grateful that Giselle, fought for her to be on the show. So now her and her family, she started businesses. They bought them a house. So now it's like, I have to stay loyal to you, even though you be dead wrong sometimes. That's where it's coming off. But it was kind of like Robin didn't want to say like, yeah, they fit to come for you with some mess. I'm just giving you a heads up. That's Deborah DeBoer over there. That's the one that they said that, Chris was doggone rubbing on, flirting with, and doing all the things with. So this gave, Candace a heads up. Okay, this is what we're doing. So now it's Chris was flirting with all of Ashley's friends, Deborah DeBoer and the two other ladies. This is what Chris was doing. And it was Wendy's face for me when Deborah DeBoer was describing what Chris was doing. Oh, I was sitting at the bar and Chris was on his phone and his elbow just kept, it was reaching for me. It was just reaching for me. He didn't say anything. And Wendy was like, oh, I see what y'all doing. This man was standing next to you and he was flirting with you. Like, you had a sense that he was flirting with you. Kind of like on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City when Whitney said she sensed that Meredith had something to say, even though she didn't. It was like, I could sense his presence was saying he wanted to flirt with me. And Mia, in her confessional, she didn't say it, but she also said it that, child, look at Candace and Wendy and look at Deborah Deborah. There is no way that Chris was trying to flirt with Deborah when we have Wendy and Candace, who are like, you know, an 8.5, and we have Deborah who's like a 4. Like, love her dearly, but you know, and Chris wasn't trying to get with that woman. I don't care what y'all saying. And this is coming from Mia, who does not like Candace or Wendy. So you know that's something. Then I guess Ashley wanted Candace to get out of character because she suggested Candace and Deborah talk. And Candace like, what we not gonna do is I'm not gonna give this girl a platform to lie in my face. I know my husband. And when we see that, when I guess the supposed flirtation was going on, hey, how you doing? I like your shirt. My name is Deborah. Oh, hey, my name is Chris. Oh, my husband's name is Chris. And he was like, yeah, Chris is a common name. So, me saying thank you because you like my shirt, and me saying my name, and then me saying that's a common name. Now, this is the new rule. That means somebody is flirting with you. And I'm like, it's the fact that I kind of blame Ashley. You let your friend come on this show, and these people have been destroying Deborah for the past few weeks. And I blame Ashley, but I'm like, I also blame Deborah because you signed up for this. Nothing that man did suggested even remotely that he was flirting with you. And when you said earlier on that, like, it was like, I was standing there for like 2 minutes and him not saying anything, that's because he wasn't paying attention to you. He was more focused on what was going on his phone than the people surrounding him. You had to initiate a conversation with this man. And I haven't dealt with a lot of flirting, but I'm going to assume if somebody is flirting with you, they would have to talk to you to initiate the flirting, unless it was giving you eyes. And according to you, he was not giving you the eyes. Somebody said she looked like Baby Bop, and I could not handle it. But when Candace said that she looks like a Sesame Street character, and I was like, I see where you was going, and I don't like to talk about people and their features and all that stuff, because, you know, somebody may think I look ugly. But it's like, when somebody says something, you cannot unsee it. And now, when I see Deborah, all I see is Baby Bop. Now, if a certain age, you know what Baby Bop looks like. And if you don't, I'm going to be messy and put up a picture of what Baby Bop looks like. So, yeah, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on for my beautiful face with a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it to your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.